So something like Reactor, but Reactor was programmed in the mid-90s and it's monophonic, a bit cumbersome, and I would say really complicated, while the Grid, as Bitwig calls their modular system, is just the opposite. Intuitive to use and of course polyphonic. In this tutorial I'll give you a quick introduction to the modular world of Bitwig, so have fun. To load the Grid we need an instrument track. If you don't have an instrument track, here you can add it here over this menu, add instrument track. And then we click on this plus sign to insert a device. We say here we want something of Bitwig. Maybe we type in the first letter here in the search field. We say Grid, and we immediately see two grids, the FX grid and the poly grid. The FX grid, you can use it if you want to make an audio effect, maybe on an audio track or on an existing instrument. If you want to program a synthesizer, you need the poly grid, and that's what we will use now. So we say OK, and immediately we see here our plugin, and we have the most important three knobs here: the pitch, the glide, and the out. Let's click into the window to enter the grid. To make it a little bit bigger, let's close this window here. And here we have three modules: the oscillator, the envelope, and the audio output. And let's listen to this. All right, we can shape a little bit the sound, so give it more overtones. Let's listen to this with these two knobs. We see in the graphic exactly what it's doing. Wonderful. Here we have an envelope to give it an attack or to give it a release time. Here on the top you see the possible models you can add to your system, and they are sorted by oscillators. So you click on oscillators and you see all the oscillators, filters, levels, LFOs and much more. Let's say we want to add a filter, maybe the SVF. In the past you have to do it like this. You have to make space, so you place it over there. You have to disconnect this cable, so you take the cable from the input to nowhere to remove it. Now you place here your new model, and now you make the new cables from here to here and from here to here, and now you can filter your sound. But Bitwig made it a lot simpler. You just take the model and place it here on the position where you want to insert it. Immediately it's moving everything and it's connecting the cables, and voila, we can use it. We have here the filter frequency. We have here the resonance. The more resonance you give, the more you hear the moving of the filter. And you can change the filter type from a low pass filter to a high pass filter or to a band pass filter. Yeah, but you very easy can change the filter by taking another one and placing it on top of it. It's immediately connecting the new filter, replacing it, and also taking the values of the knobs that you had. And this is really great because it really makes a very fast workflow. Let's add another oscillator. We click on oscillator. Let's take the pulse, we place it here. Let's place it a little bit more to the left. You can make as many cables as you want going out from one connections, but you cannot mix something at the input. So this is not working. Just one cable here is working. So what we do is we take a mixer. We click on mix, take the mixer and place it here. So now it's connected to the triangle, and now on top we connect the pulse. Let's listen to the pulse without. Let's open the filter, then we hear better what we do. All right, let's pitch this 7 steps up. Bring the volume a little bit down. Oh, that's cool. And let's add a third oscillator, maybe a sawtooth, and connect it. And let's bring it 1 octave down, means -12. Wonderful. To make the sound more interesting, we can shape it a little bit. For this, we take a shaper, for example, the distortion. Or the quantizer. I like the quantizer. Maybe we bring a little movement into the filter. For this, we take an envelope. This time we take the ADSR. Maybe we also replace this one here because we have more possibilities with the ADSR. All right, and we go out from the blue connection to this insert here, and let's turn on this knob. Bring down a little bit the sustain and bring down the filter. Ah, now we hear something. Very nice. Let's take another filter. I would like to add the comp filter. Let's insert it here. And I would like to have this movement on the comp. So what can we do? We take this time a LFO. And we go out of this connection here to this connection here and turn this knob. And we hear that it's moving. Can make it faster. And maybe I would like to give the same movement to the quantizer. Now I see the problem. The quantizer do not have an input. So for this, we have a very great feature. We can make a wireless connection. So we click here on this symbol here, right? Now it's blinking. And now we can move this knob here. Let's click again to stop this blinking. And now you see that we have the same movement of the LFO at the quantizer. So one more thing, at the moment our synthesizer is monophonic. That means you are not able to play 2 notes at the same time. But this is very easy to change. We just click on an empty grid like this. And now we get here the information box for the whole system, for the whole polygrid. And now we can change the voice from 1 to, let's make it 5 or 6. And immediately I'm able to play chords. At this point I have to say, dear team of Bitwig Studio, I think you really made a great job. It's really intuitive, it's really fun to use. I really love it, it's great. Now I have a question to you guys. What do you think? Does this change everything? Does this make Bitwig to the DAW of the future? Or is a modular synthesizer anyway something you don't need so much? Just let me know your thoughts to the Grid of Bitwig. Just write it in the comments.